And we're live! Welcome to episode 6 of the ToonamiGAF podcast. Haven't said, and we're live, since the first episode, I don't think. Anyway, everything's in chaos. Flames, dogs and cats living together. Seda just up and left. What are we going to do?
I'm filling in for him. As
No,
of
I
now.
thought I was.
Yo, Soul Flares is now Seda, confirmed.
That makes so much sense. I'm Grexino, your host. We have B-Dubs with us as usual today.
Hello.
And we have, returning to the podcast, Soul Flares.
Hi.
And new to the podcast, do you spell it out in letters or just say Tusser?
I say Tusser.
Tusser.
Yeah,
Like
Tusser.
Tusser.
I'll be appearing. I think my name should show up as Alexander on there.
It will.
Right? Yeah.
Also, your picture will show up, so.
Yeah, it's me playing hockey in the Canadian outdoors, you know.
Canadian, yeah.
Yeah,
You do sound Canadian.
I really do, yeah.
He is Canadian.
Well, he sounds it.
Yeah, I'm from a small Western Canada city. So I
Called
definitely do have that
Calgary.
accent. Sorry, what was that?
Called Calgary.
No, Calgary's big, dude.
The frozen
20 times the size of here.
I was a joke. It was,
Joke. Had nothing.
It's okay.
Joke.
I got the joke.
It was a
So,
joke.
relax.
Anyway, Tsunami. I don't know if there's any specific news we need to talk about. I mean, Seda left for a few months.
Yo, do you
My Hero
see-
Academia got a dub. People think it might not come, but I still think it will. We'll
I
see
don't-
Friday.
Usually that stuff gets announced, by DeMarco and whatnot.
I
You think
mean,
it'll come this early?
they've
Yeah,
been
okay.
they've been announcing the new shows on pre-flight before the second episode before. So basically, like the penultimate episode of a show, the Friday before that, they announced the new show.
I mean, I'm thinking, yeah, they could do it this early, Tusser, because, I'm thinking Dimension W was how far in when they got that over?
Dimension W has 2 episodes left.
Yeah. No, I mean, how far in Japan was it?
It was like 5 episodes.
Yeah, so they could do it at, 2 or 3. That's not that unreasonable.
I think just the situation's a bit different for Funimation, isn't it?
Well,
That's kind of
Yeah.
what I was getting at.
the idea is that Funimation, broke the bank to get it, and that generally leads to the idea that they would want it on TV.
They
It
want to
doesn't,
get
like,
the most
cost
money.
them. It doesn't cost them anything to put it on TV. They're
So I don't know if
selling
you-
the right. They're selling the rights.
Yeah.
But it's possible Adult Swim said no, but I don't think they would.
They might,
They might.
if they had something else in mind.
They might, and even if they said no now, who's to say later? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, JoJo, it's gonna happen,
Thank you. That's why I was quiet, because I was waiting for the part to cut in with JoJo.
but it's actually not gonna happen, not this early, because
Like
Unless they're
JoJo's
actually gonna-
Bizarre Adventure.
yeah,
Yeah.
unless they're actually gonna air the Warner dub of part 1 and 2, then
Yeah,
then
I
there's not gonna be a
also-
dub ready.
How the hell are you going to sell part 1 to people? Because I know most people nowadays, they watch JoJo because I tell them to, and because, I say part 2 is great, but they kind of suffer through part 1.
I think
Bad. It gets a bad rap because the rest of it's so amazing.
That's-
Part 1
that's
is good.
Too, but part 1 gets kind of boring. It's not the perfect show you swear it is.
the opening outside of Dio being a fantastic dick is pretty non-actiony.
Yeah.
And that's
Dio-
why I think they
Dio's
would
the
start
biggest
with part
dick.
3.
Wait, but the frog thing where he karate chops the frog.
He punches the frog and it goes through the frog. He doesn't karate chop. Come
Oh,
on.
right,
That's
yeah,
like
you're right.
5 episodes in.
So actually, this is funny because I started watching JoJo last week, and this is the sub, right? I haven't watched the dub,
Yeah,
and I got about 5 or 6 in, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't really see myself wanting to continue watching this, even though I've heard all the praise about JoJo.
Well, you actually have to get to part 2.
Yeah.
even one episode of part 2 is all you need.
Like the introduction of Joseph Joestar.
I'm thinking of the scene where he's outside the shop and takes out the Tommy gun. That's all you need. The Toonami podcast. We swear.
Toonami podcast. Although I still think we're going to get it maybe late this year.
Uh,
And specifically part 3. Because I think Viz is going to dub that.
I completely think we're getting JoJo at some point. I just can't say how soon. It wouldn't surprise me at all, though.
Right. Although apparently we're gonna actually get the Boo saga.
Yes, we are.
Did anyone expect otherwise, though?
No.
I mean, I was kind of wondering for a second.
There's no way it wasn't coming. Like, come on.
I mean, you know, Toonami is like 2 degrees of separation away from Toei, and Toei is fucking nuts. So who knows what the fuck they were doing?
Well, I mean, we knew they were making it. We knew they were making it for us. The only reason they haven't announced it or talked about it yet is because we're not there yet. We're still dealing with Cell.
I mean, I always wondered this. Like, the only reason they wouldn't have announced it and started selling it is, if Toonami was like, hey, don't do it until we get it. But I don't think Toonami has that kind of power.
No, I mean, you gotta remember, Toonami and Dragon Ball Z are like, peanut butter and jelly.
Well, it's more of a thing where, like, Toonami needs Dragon Ball Z more than Dragon Ball Z needs Toonami.
I don't know, but the hype is going to help them sell it. If it's watch the world premiere here and then they have the advertisement, oh, buy the, Blu-rays and DVDs and stuff, that's going to be huge.
Yeah, it'll be huge. It will be huge. Except it's the Boo arc.
Yeah, I mean, both sides benefit from it, It's just one of those things where it's good business sense on both sides to, just wait.
Who knows? Anyway.
No, now, do you guys think we're getting Super, and is Super as bad as they say?
Super is a while away, I think.
But
I mean, Super is definitely not until the end of Boo arc, so...
Oh, yeah, but do you think Super is possible?
It's certainly possible, and if they can do it, they absolutely will.
We're going to get it.
Now, is it as bad as they say?
Well, it seems like...
Question.
It seems like it's the first, 30-something episodes are just, retreads of the 2 movies recently.
Yeah.
And then they're only finally getting to new stuff.
I know it's a tournament.
It's like it's mostly training and Vegeta going to the, amusement park.
Slice of life, Dragon Ball. It's definitely a different change of pace from Dragon Ball Z. That's for sure.
Well,
Anyway.
What you can do with, burly guys powering up constantly,
Yo, I'll eat that shit up. I don't care how many times Piccolo takes off his training weights. I'll watch every episode.
Speaking of Dragon Ball Z, this week, let's get into the block, why don't we? This week was episode 68 of Dragon Ball Z Kai. The monster goes into motion. Strike of the Super Namekian. Cell showed up. Thank God.
About time.
About fucking time.
Yeah.
He doesn't speak, though.
No. Oh, wait, you can go.
I mean, I kind of like Team 4-Star's reveal of Cell a little better. Only
We couldn't get through this conversation without
Nope. 5 seconds into the Dragon Ball Z.
5 seconds in.
And it's like, well, I kind of prefer the Team 4-Star. I mean,
it's true, They did do a better job with making him this creepy dude, This version of Cell,
it is pretty creepy when he's not on screen.
Well, that's not enough, If you're going to make him creepy on screen, too. Don't just make him boring.
The Silent Cell's pretty creepy. He went to a city and, sucked up thousands of people.
And we don't even know he sucked them up yet.
Yeah.
Spoilers. But it's Dragon Ball Z. There are no spoilers for Dragon Ball Z.
Honestly, it's not a show you can spoil, and honestly, there's nothing that really is going to detract from your experience by having it spoiled.
I mean, there's no huge twists or anything, so...
No, I can't think of anything that's spoilable, really. Wow.
So, yeah. So
I don't know, it was a fine episode, but I still don't really like the whole Cell went there, had to become a larva, or however I say that, and then he had to shed for 4 years as he grew back, because, I don't know, there's ways to write around that, and it kind of just feels like it's...
I mean, the problem is that Cell is being inserted because, for the second time, the editor said, God damn it, your villains are not cool enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, again, leads me back to, I'm not sure it was written in a way where we can't obviously see there's some weird disconnect between proper writing for that set or not. I'm just watching that and I was like, something seems off that he has to regenerate 4 years.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's also that, Toriyama doesn't give a crap, so
Toriyama forgot.
He forgot.
he doesn't care.
So Piccolo and Kami finally fused, and they're kind of the same. It's Piccolo, but less assholey.
Piccolo.
He seems a little nicer.
He's got the chillness of Kami now.
Yeah. I kind of wish they changed the look a little bit, to be honest, because
Did he get smoother?
no,
Did he get
Yeah.
greener?
Pretty boy Piccolo.
he pretty much looks the same. I just wish, maybe change the clothes up a little bit, you know?
Do you want it to like be red or something instead of white, or like
Well,
invert the colors?
no, I mean, just honestly, I don't know what it would look like, but, just add like a logo to his shirt or something at this point. I don't care. It's
Super
just,
Kami Guru.
Give him another antenna,
yeah, just something
like on the
to,
back of his head.
Anyway, like most Piccolo power-ups, it'll eventually amount to fucking nothing. So
I give it 5 episodes.
I give it 3. I give it an episode. I give it one fight. It's gonna have a fight of importance, then it's done.
Yeah, that's about right.
I actually don't remember, but that sounds right.
No, I think it takes longer than that this time.
yeah, Cell. He got introduced.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That
this
was
was
the episode.
this was
Not
pretty
really
much
much
the episode of
nothing.
the things we've set up for 10 episodes happened, but you know what I mean, like, oh, they fused, and oh, he showed up finally, but it didn't really amount to much yet.
The
Not
androids
much.
robbed a clothing store.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, that's
yeah,
next episode.
um,
Was that
uh,
last episode?
I think it's next. It was either last episode or next episode.
no, that
No,
was
it's
this
this
episode.
episode because we definitely saw it.
I'm trying to think. That was just what was the point of that scene? Was that filler or was that in the original?
She has to get clothes.
Yeah,
They have to explain why her clothes change.
I
But
guess,
but why?
I don't know. She walks into cowboy outfits galore and is like, "Why the fuck do you guys have cowboy outfits?" It's like, "Cause we're fucking cowboy outfits galore, and you're in Texas."
Oh, also there's that reminded me of the fact the androids keep complaining about how cops and such are a nuisance, and all they have to do is steal enough money one time and then get rid of the cops, and they just won't have all these cops chasing them every 4 seconds.
nobody said the androids were smart.
Or that they care enough to think that far.
Or
They're just like,
Toriyama cared that
slowly
much.
drive to Goku.
Why are they driving again?
Because they want to drive.
Like
I mean,
they
literally
can
everything
hide
the
their power
androids
limit,
do
right? When flying, I bet.
can be, answered with because they just don't give a fuck.
Road trip. They're trying to
Oh,
build
that's
bonds.
a good answer, actually. Road trip?
Yeah, they're trying to build bonds. It's like the FF15 excuse.
I think that's exactly what FF15 is,
I
right?
can't believe they think that FF15 is going to be that and Cell.
Oh God.
Like, really?
Well, FF15 is gonna sell, isn't it?
I mean, it's not going to be the franchise revival they're looking for.
No.
Unless everyone gives it a 10 out of 10, and with how it's ran for the past 2 years, I highly doubt it.
Everyone's going to give it a 10 out of 10 because that's how these things go with, the AAA games.
Well, it
Everybody on
depends.
GAF will give it 10 out of 10 because
Yeah.
it's Sony.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but no, I wasn't saying more so for that. I was saying like I haven't played the second demo yet, but I hated the first one. Like that first one was a buggy mess. The gameplay was not fun for me.
The game runs like shit, the second demo.
That too.
It's awful.
Oh,
Oh, that's good.
It's really bad. Like, they need to fix a lot of things.
okay. I know everyone's saying, oh well, it was a small dev team. It was just like 4 guys on the side who made that. I don't think the FF15 dev team realizes how making demos works.
You know, it's the
Polish-
same engine, right?
Yeah, you're supposed to polish the demo.
So that it looks good and people want to buy it.
You're supposed to pull a Sonic 06 where the demo has proper physics and you release the game and you go back a step on your physics. If you guys have actually played 06's demo, it actually has better
For,
track.
Back on the original Xbox, on the Halo disc, they had this driving game demo that was fantastically fun. These amazing crash physics, and I bought it, and it was nowhere near as good as the demo.
What was the game?
The Halo disc, like the Halo CE, it was on the disc.
No, it might not have been the Halo one. I don't remember what the hell disc it was on, but it was a driving demo, and I don't remember what it's called. It was, 10 years ago or whatever.
Oh, Project Gotham Racing.
No,
Dude, if
no.
it was the original Halo disc, that was 15 fucking years ago.
Yeah, that's why I don't remember.
It was 2001.
Yeah,
Yep.
it was around there.
Wow.
Fuck everything. We're all old.
Yes, we
I'm
are.
old.
Well, Soul Flares isn't old.
Well, Soulflare, he was 3.
Yeah.
What? I've been playing Halo since I was 4, thank you very much.
See, that's why he's good at Rocket League. He's got that youth in him.
I'm looking through the Halo disc and I got nothing.
Fast twitch nerves.
Well, I suppose our current conversation makes about as much sense as Dimension W, so
Oh,
Dimension
okay.
W, Episode 10, Resurrected Nightmare.
Yeah, I would like to lead us in on the Dimension W with there is one really key phrase that comes to mind when I see this series. As the last episode, I really just fuck Dimension W.
Just like data.
Yep, I'm ready to call it. Dimension W is a bad show.
I'm done.
And it doesn't really have a whole... It's not even... I mean, it wouldn't even be good if they were, not trying to shove 50,000 chapters into 3 episodes. The content that was... the content they're adapting is just not good anyway.
Yeah, it's a bad premise, like the way they took their premise. Like, yes, you have this world and you have this magical thing, but the way you've set it up is terrible, and you have these characters that aren't really that interesting, so even if you did something better with it, I'm not sure you would get that much farther. So in both ways it fails, and then we just have some crazy amounts of nonsense. Like, what the hell was that when he goes up to that guy and has that completely red background behind him and has, like, the claw punch thing?
Well, that was actually cool. That was just like, I'm
So-
fucking pissed. You're gonna fucking die.
That was the one good part of the series. Don't talk shit about that.
And it was like, finally, after that guy talked for, and I think it was literally he talked for like 12 minutes straight
Oh,
through.
yeah, he did.
You-
now-
And also was like, hey, you know what this scene needs? My Spotify playlist.
Yeah,
Durn,
exactly.
durn, durn.
Exactly, and that was when I realized the show like jumped the shark that it never that it jumped on episode 1, I guess, but you know.
Like, literally, that line, let's bring up some music for this fight, is like, oh, this is a bad show.
Shoot me now.
What other stupid things were in that episode? There was something else that bothered me a lot.
The kid has multiple bodies.
The kid with the million bodies. He gets his head chopped off. He's like, no, it's good. I got another.
That bothered me. Like, that just straight up bothered me. Because
Yeah. Bit. I'm like, how does he control them all like that?
it's not just that even. It's more so an issue of you're kind of taking away the whole point of, like, where's the value of killing a character off if they always have that as an option? Like, there was no setup for that option either, was there? It
No.
just was there.
Well, I mean, there were those robots that were following him around, but you couldn't have known.
That's not a setup. Yeah, that's not a
No.
setup for his stupidity right there.
But I mean, like, it didn't really matter that he died anyway. It didn't, accomplish anything. He didn't get deprived of, accomplishing his goals or whatever. He just got.
Yeah.
It
Oh
was-
my gosh.
So another thing that bothered me at the beginning of the episode was when, Mira, she deactivates that one robot, then it kind of leans forward, and she just starts Naruto tree flying towards the abyss. And it's like, oh no, it launched me. I'm gonna go into the abyss. And it's like, it didn't even launch you. It just kind of leaned forward a bit, and now you're just kind of Inferno Cop flying towards this thing.
Yeah, you're bad.
Inferno called flying. Is that what it was?
Like I can imagine if they had animated it from the side, she would just be like sliding across the screen.
Speaking of animation, is the budget dying or am I crazy? Is there a ton of still frames? Like still background, sorry.
Pretty consistent with shows like this, yeah.
You run out of money at the end, and
You sort of pump a lot of into the first couple episodes and get people into it. And then it
GGG,
sort of peters
I like
out towards the end and you get to the penultimate and that's where the rest of the budget goes to.
And everyone involved in production is just kind of like, I'm so fucking done with this.
I'm done working 20-hour days, fuck this.
Fuck
Oh,
this
crap.
show, it's not even worth it.
go
And
take
it's not.
It's funny because when Dimension W first came out, I was watching the sub originally. I initially wrote it off as just some pandering show that was going to sell like figures and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm surprised there's not as many figures. It just still sucks though.
It's just because nobody cares, so nobody bothered to make any figures.
Yeah, Sounds about
I'm
right.
trying to think, where is the plot going next episode? Like, where did we leave off?
Who
Where's
cares?
this plot going forever? Where the fuck has it been going?
I'm trying to find a mini son thing that what's his name is finally remembering he saw and then did, I
Yeah.
presume.
Why did all his memories come back?
I don't.
There.
Only got hit by
Because
got a
they have
concussion.
to. Because the script says they do.
I know he looked at the
Reverse
script.
seizure from his concussion.
What?
He got
Could you
reverse
repeat?
seizure from his concussion.
No, bullshit.
It makes as much sense as anything else.
So you're telling me he looked over at the script and it said remember memories and he just
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
about it.
uh, uh, is there anything redeeming about the show at the moment?
That punch was cool.
That punch was cool, and that's like the one thing.
Yeah, but they sort of aped it from, One Piece.
There's worse things to ape punches from.
Yeah, this is true.
The show blows, doesn't it?
Yep.
Next.
I've said it before, I would rather watch SAO.
I
Yo,
agree with that statement.
Yo, we could talk about Sword Art Online all night. I'm into that.
No, we're not going to.
So we've all seen the
Okay.
Digibro videos, right?
Don't you do it.
Well, we aren't talking about SAO? Okay.
No, we're not. We're talking about Hunter x Hunter Episode 3, Rivals in Survival. Excuse me. Rivals X in X Survival.
I
You're
don't
gonna
think
keep saying this.
Aren't all the X's in Hunter silent?
Yes.
So wouldn't it be Rivals in Survival?
Yes, but it's hilarious if you add them in, and it sounds awkward.
I like saying Hunter X Hunter. Like
Dude,
that's how I originally learned the show's name. So I'm gonna call it Hunter X Hunter.
I mean,
Like, I have to
If they wanted
force
to put a
myself.
space in there, just put a space in there. Not an X. Come on.
if you keep saying the X, if Zeta listens to this, he's just gonna like roll in his metaphorical grave that he's not in yet.
He's like, I said I was going to leave for a few months, but now I have to come back and punch somebody in the face.
Yeah, he's gonna ban you.
Anyway, this episode is the long-awaited introduction of, our last main character and our major villain
For the arc, anyway.
for the show.
Well, not for the show. I mean, he's not the major villain. He's just, he's around.
I mean, he kind of is, and the only reason he's, not really is because it's, hasn't really gotten anywhere.
Wait,
Well,
is it the guy who cut the guy's arms off?
The
Yeah,
clown guy.
yeah.
He seems angry.
He's a pervert.
He seems Joker-ish.
Also
Yeah.
a pervert.
He's a perv.
Yeah,
Do we know that yet?
this episode.
I mean, in the ending, he just, thrusts his shining dick at the audience.
Oh
Yes,
yeah.
I feel like that tells you everything you need to know.
You might have a good point there.
We also get introduced to Not Kabuto, who has Not Ninja Info cards.
Ua.
He replaces Ninja Info cards with laxative soda. It's Tampa. It's Tampa.
Yes.
He's
What
the
is it?
Kabuto.
Yeah, and then Killua drinks the laxative soda and doesn't poop because, that's the kind of guy he is.
That's just the kind of guy he is.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't get that. Was anyone even affected by the laxative at all?
Nope, he totally blew it.
Nobody drank it, and the only guy that did is like, lol, laxatives don't work on me.
Like, Leorio would have drank it if Gon hadn't been there, but...
Yeah. He would have just been pooping everywhere.
And that's the end of Leorio's dreams.
Is it bad the first episode I thought he was a she?
Who?
Yorio. At the beginning until everyone started saying he.
Don't you mean Kurapika?
Has a beard.
Oh, wait, yeah, Kurapika. What the hell am I on?
Yeah. I'm like, Leorio has a black shadow.
Quotes from Chris. Isn't Leorio a girl? No. Okay, yeah, Kurapika. The first time I thought he was a she.
Yep.
Yeah. Don't make these stupid mistakes.
No, I mean, Togashi loves his androgynous characters, it's like, it goes back to, what's his name from Yu Yu Hakusho? And I'm blanking on that.
Kurama.
Yes,
I love Kurama.
you would.
No, no. Banned.
So some other characters get introduced, including one guy who looks like he's literally the an enemy stand.
Yes.
The guy with the spikes sticking out of him all over the place.
Yeah, that guy's actually just as important as Hisoka.
Well, never.
What was that?
That was like, hey,
Oh yeah.
that's
Right.
getting a little spoilery, but
Yes, my bad.
so far, he just looks fucking bizarre.
He is bizarre.
And
wait.
there's also Nicholas. He's got his computer. He's got his data. He's set.
He's a smart boy. But now he's got to run a race, and I'm not so sure about him.
Yep. The first part of the Hunter exam is run. Just follow me. For who knows how fucking long.
In a cave.
Pretty classic. The simplest test is suddenly the biggest challenge.
Well, to be fair, that could be a long run.
It could be a long run.
It is a long run.
It is a long run.
It's a long run.
That guy speaks through his mustache.
He's
He doesn't
awesome.
have a mouth.
That's what I love about him.
He's so fucking French.
He really is. The only way he could be more French is if he made snails for everyone.
Snails. Oh, wait, you were saying something.
God.
I want food, okay?
Okay. Anyway, quiet night tonight from Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah.
Juicer, any Tusser, last thoughts?
Up on Hunter x Hunter. I haven't really watched it just because I've been really busy with school and everything.
Okay, moving on.
So we can skip Hunter x Hunter now.
Yeah, moving on. Anyway, it was a character introduction episode. That's about it. So,
Yeah.
Samurai Champloo episode 18, War of the Words. This is another fantastic episode of Samurai Champloo.
I mean, there were parts I thought was funny, but then other parts I'm like, I don't think it was a classic episode, but I do think it was funny. It's not baseball episode funny, but it's
Has
still.
that aired yet? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No, that's later on.
I was amused. I just kept wanting to say Jet Set Radio, but I was amused.
It reminded me too much of high school.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
It continues our trend of, revealing Jin's backstory a bit at a time, but the same bit is revealed each time.
Yeah,
A little different.
It's like
I
now
mean-
now it's a different old master.
Yeah. Like, we know that he got around now,
Is
I
that
don't-
intentional though? Or is that more so them just padding?
They're just
That's it.
stalling for time until they actually do it.
Okay,
Oh.
'cause I haven't seen the show before.
I haven't either, but I assume that's what they're doing.
Yeah, because there's no way that's unintentional. Where they just keep reintroducing the same backstory reworded. I don't know. Anyone else have any thoughts on that, or?
Boy, we didn't have a whole lot of thoughts about Samurai Champloo, did we?
Yeah, no one's saying anything. You guys alive?
I loved when Mugen was learning how to read. That was fantastic.
Oh yeah!
You're gonna learn how to read, boy!
You're gonna learn how to read, motherfucker! Do you wanna be the laughing stock? And he's like, no! I'm gonna learn how to read!
And then
Yeah.
he kidnaps the two kids to, make them brush up on their grammar.
Yeah, but I did find that also amusing just because he didn't kill the man when he got frustrated at him.
Yeah. That was a lot of character, I think.
Yeah. That
Like,
when he actually wants to learn something, he'll put his need to kill anything in front of him to the side.
Yeah, because normally when, Mugen is faced with a problem, he will just,
Stab it.
And this time, he did not. Which is different.
Who knows?
Man, I'm kind of missing Seda, because this is about where he'd go into a long paragraph.
Yeah, I know. Maybe I should write something for next week.
Maybe. Maybe take some notes or something.
Yeah, I'll do that next week.
Yeah. So does Satan prep all this in advance?
I think
I
he
don't
does.
think so. I think it just springs from his mouth unbidden.
I think he does prep a little bit, though.
What is it? Is it like the two Pokemon posts on GAF that one time where someone had like the 4-page response in 1 minute later? Do you remember this?
Yeah.
I don't.
I don't have this thread on hand, but yeah, maybe B-Dubs would look for it.
I think
Anyway,
yeah.
Tusser, last thoughts on Samurai Champloo?
Haven't watched it recently. I'm
Okay.
waiting for us to talk. I'm waiting for us to talk about
Okay.
Naruto. I
Have
wanna
you
talk about
watched
Naruto.
What? Okay. So, Tusser, definitely a person who watches Toonami, right?
Most.
Man, you just get busy in life because the Canadian final exams at university run through all of like April, right? So
I
my
don't know. I'm not
weekends.
Canadian.
So my weekends, I was having 6 p.m. exams on Saturdays, so I was done at 9.
Shit. That
So
sucks.
I really, unfortunately, haven't been able to watch things. So mostly I was getting Dimension W in, and I was getting
Really?
Dragon Ball Z in.
Wait,
And
really?
I
Dimension
popped by
W
and
and
watched
DBZ are
Naruto
the
for a
two
bit
you
to see
picked?
what kind of bullshit filler they're at.
Oh, Naruto.
Oh.
They're in some pretty
Yeah.
fucking bullshit filler, let me tell you.
Right.
Naruto
get
is the
that.
best.
Just
Is
Is
it?
memory of the? Are we going to talk about Naruto right now?
Well,
I think we have to.
in a
For
second,
the-
I first have to call out Tusser for if all the things, if you can only watch 2 episodes if you have time, you picked DBZ and Dimension W as your 2.
Yo, because I don't know, man.
They're first.
They're first.
Those are a bad 2 to pick, though.
But then I'd come back for Naruto just to catch the filler.
Okay.
There's so much filler, right?
Naruto shipping in episode 110, Memory of Guilt. I mean,
I
in previous weeks we've kind of been like, fuck Naruto, we're not even going to talk about it, but this is an especially bad episode and we have to talk about it.
Does it make me on God proud?
It does. I mean, this is the part where Seda would come in and be like, oh god, the fucking home is where someone is thinking of you thing.
yeah, that they're still fucking harping on that. Just leave it alone. It doesn't work.
And it was
Realize-
the fucking worst in this episode. Like, he's like, I forgive you because I know I can go home to you because you're thinking of me.
That sounds
Ah!
I feel like Space Dandy at the end of episode 1 of season 2 is just like, I want to die.
Like Rock Lee just, perfectly encapsulates everyone. Ah! I am so frustrated!
Yeah. And then at the end, the reveal that, the villain is actually secretly Kabuto. I'm like, why?
So,
To pad 2 more episodes? Is that why this happened?
I'm pretty sure that Naruto and Kabuto and Vest Guy have been in a scene together before. And
I
it's
know.
like, wait a minute. Would the filler writers actually make up a scene and insert it into the show, and it didn't even fucking happen just to set up a bullshit twist?
Yeah.
And then it's like, it's Naruto Shippuden filler, so yes, they would. So now I'm questioning, like, okay, did Kabuto and Vest Guy ever appear in the same scene together and also with another character?
I think so.
Did he just, like, off Vest Guy at some point?
I think maybe he used clones, because that's a thing.
Was, like, Vest Guy a Kabuto clone the whole time?
Maybe Kabuto was a Kabuto clone the whole time. Oh!
Yeah,
You
Kabuto.
guys are reinforcing my
Kabuto
opinion
would
to
just
not-
be the best filler ever, right?
No.
Kabuto is, like, the least intimidating villain of all time.
I mean, Naruto wrecked him when he was a kid.
Yeah, I'm gonna rest my case. You guys are really reinforcing my choice to not watch Naruto.
You're better off.
All the filler villains got killed off screen, maybe.
I hope.
Like, in the last filler arc, the villains actually got, like, somewhat satisfying deaths. Like, that one guy got punched, that one guy got crushed by a tree.
What? This is how they die?
Well, like in the last filler arc, Sakura super punched that one, the like drag queen guy or girl or whatever, and then Yamato exploded that one guy with a tree, and then that other one was actually just a wig.
Yes, it was. A pair of scissors would have been enough to do her in.
Yeah, but this time you don't even see the death. They just kind of off screen, they
At least-
yell.
I mean, if they needed to pad out 2 more episodes, which, they obviously did because of the Kabuto reveal, makes no sense otherwise, why didn't they just show the fights? Maybe it could have been interesting.
We would have to animate then.
Oh, yeah, true. They would have.
But maybe they're not dead because there's some weird fucking tentacle action going on with Condom Guy, so...
Oh, God,
Oh
Condom got
my.
tentacles.
Weird tentacle stuff? No thanks.
Yeah,
Like, they just came out of him and into the other guys, and it's like, what is going on?
well, phrasing.
Where
Now,
is this conversation going?
Phrasing, that's where it's...
we're about 3 episodes away, or 2.5-ish, from actually getting back to canon.
Like,
Yeah.
the canon will premiere at the same time as the new show,
Okay.
so...
Yeah,
It's actually
that should be
pretty
about right. It's episode 113 that gets sort of back on track.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
so-
then from there, we're good for, I think, another 14 weeks of canon before we go back to filler.
yeah, but isn't it all Sasuke stuff?
The
that's-
stuff coming up.
Isn't this a long stretch of actual canon after this?
14 weeks, man.
It's not.
I mean, that's not really long.
No.
That's
Decent.
barely a core.
Yeah, how many episodes did you guys have of filler in a row?
This is like, it basically was half a year.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
like
it's
30.
hard.
It was like 30 or something.
I think it's after the next filler. There's a long stretch of canon stuff. Because,
Okay.
I think at that point they've let Kishi have enough time to pad it out a little bit.
Right. Boy, I can't wait for, tolerable Naruto again.
Well, the next arc is Sasuke, so that's not.
Yeah,
Who makes up all this filler? Is it Studio Period?
Yes.
it has to
is-
be. That's
No,
why it's so
it's an
fucking
unpaid
lame.
intern.
They're honestly just like, let's make an episode for this week so we can keep getting money.
That's about right.
That's what they've been doing for a fucking year.
Yeah.
Like, let's not end the show. Let's just keep getting money.
They should just do the super thing instead of, because they obviously have, they have the new monthly manga, and I'm like, why not just animate that and cut out the middleman?
Because it's monthly.
Well, yeah, I know, but why even publish it in the magazine if you already have the story? Just, write it for the anime.
I don't know, man. It seems like he's basically putting off, like, writing a full-on weekly sequel series.
Yeah, well, it's a different guy.
Well, it feels like eventually Kishimoto is going to be like, I guess I have to do this now. And it's like, Boruto, the manga, every week.
Oh, God.
Boruto manga that's coming out is monthly publication.
Yeah.
I know, but it feels like it's like going to be like, hey, here's year and a half, 2 years of this, and then, okay, I'm just going to make a straight, sequel series.
Can we not talk about the Boruto manga? I read some of it today and I got really triggered from it.
Yeah, I didn't read it.
Yeah,
I'm not going to.
if you like Naruto in any form, like including watching the movies like Boruto and that, don't read the new manga that's published monthly.
Yep.
Hideous, and the story just is, it doesn't know what it's doing quite yet.
I dazed off.
They're still just kind of trying to make more Naruto content so they can just keep making more Naruto money.
Yeah, instead of trying to find something new.
I think Kishimoto is still involved as a writer or producer or something, but he's not in charge of the art, and it shows.
I think he just comes up with with a vague plot outline and then gives it to another guy who then makes it.
Well,
Isn't
Naruto
that-
ended
there's
up
a-
being just completely computer generated eventually.
Well, yeah.
So.
Isn't it bad to take your general plot and give it to the next guy over? Because doesn't that basically limit their freedom so that they're stuck using your vision and you can't flesh out your vision? So
Not necessarily. It depends on how specific you get, Like if I were to tell you, write a story about, an invisible thief, and the detective that tries to catch him, that's a vague plot outline that you can pretty much go anywhere with.
Like when George R.R. Martin inevitably dies before finishing, A Song of Ice and Fire, and somebody else has to finish it,
Jesus.
it's going to be kind of like that.
It'll be
You
better
say
at least.
Steve thinks it's going to be done in 4 years at this rate. ABC, HBO. What am I saying? I can't do
Yeah,
this.
but I mean, the irony is that now that now that they don't have a book to base it off of, everyone's kind of been like, "Hey, the writing is totally bad now."
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I actually only read 2 of the books and stopped in the 3rd.
The writing in the books has never been all that good in the first
Thank
place.
you. I'm not crazy.
No.
Everyone keeps telling me Game of
No,
Thrones is the best written book ever, and I'm just like, I don't know
horrible.
if I can just. Yeah, it's like heavy prose. Well, my
Yeah,
issue is more so everyone's
it's
like, oh well,
no,
they're like, oh, someone dies, and whoa, it's amazing. It's an amazing twist you set up for, and I'm just like, yeah, but was it really worth reading 450 pages? I could have read 1 or 2 really good novels at that time, and I'm
yeah,
just like, no, it really wasn't.
Have you
no,
watched the epic rap battles of history? They started season 5, I think, with Martin versus Tolkien.
no,
I
Tolkien.
wonder who won.
They never say who won, but I don't know.
I know, but I wonder
Better
which
knowledge
one, I
of
guess, the
how to
better
set up
answer.
lore and characters than the other,
An actual writing skill.
and actual writing.
Yeah,
Anyway,
no.
One Piece,
Yay.
episode 344, Feast of the Zombie Song. The night hunt's bell is the sound of darkness. This title is fucking ridiculous, and also that scene with the dancing zombies is fucking
It's
ridiculous.
just as ridiculous, yeah.
Love that scene. It was
That was the
hilarious.
best scene.
But this is we've been kind of, like, hyped on One Piece for the past few weeks, but now I think this is the part, like, the episode where it's suddenly like, okay, it's about 10 episodes of nah now.
Yeah, I feel like they do need to start shifting directions besides what they've been doing for the past few. Mainly because it's kind of blending together for me now.
Well, they don't. They kind of keep going.
Oh,
It's
At this,
about 10 more episodes of the weakling trio running away from zombies.
and learning a tiny bit at the end.
Yep.
no, I think at this point there's only 2 more characters in the arc we haven't been specifically introduced to, I think. And, I think that is coming at this point. So, should at least see the starts of one of the fights in a couple of episodes.
I mean, I just kind of feel like this is like the part of the arc where there's a real lull in the
Yeah,
action.
I mean, there is a little bit of a lull because we're still in the more, horror movie part of it, and there's some stuff that happens, like Sanji got disappeared.
Sanji disappeared.
Yes, he
He
did.
does that a lot recently.
No, but this time we don't actually know where he's gone.
Right.
So it's
That
going.
was a current manga events joke, by the way.
Yeah, no, I know. But has anyone not seen what comes next? I'm just wondering,
I have not.
So what did you think of Sanji disappearing?
He is probably cooking for them.
He is not.
No, he is not. He's got problems.
Maybe he got a drug addiction.
Not those kind of problems.
Maybe he's in the lab being next to be experimented on or something.
You just got way warmer.
Yeah, that's about right.
I was gonna say, there's not too many directions they can actually take this, to be honest.
I mean,
No.
basically, now the strong group is gonna deal with some horror movie elements, like
Yeah.
people disappearing, zombies.
Mm-hmm.
They're carrying around Porky Pig's head on a plaque,
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
and that's about it.
No, I mean, not a lot happened this week. But
They spent so much time on that fucking dance sequence.
I mean, I thought it was funny, but I could see how, it's like, all right, already, get on with the plot, I mean, this is sort of where the week, because at this point they're adapting chapters 1 to 1, and Oda hasn't started writing them with that in mind yet, so, it's going to start wearing a little thin.
Does he start writing them with that in mind?
A little more, yeah. I mean,
Oh, okay.
One
there's
Piece chapters are pretty fucking dense.
yeah, especially after this point. They start to get a lot denser, so it's not quite as bad in certain spots.
Good.
But the anime just, stops adapting. They just, fuck.
Yeah, they stopped caring.
I'm done watching the anime. I'll watch it when it comes on Toonami or when the dub release comes out. But
So what's
fuck.
bad about the anime now?
The pacing sort of gets stretched out way too much for certain episodes.
Like they basically have just it's a weekly show every single week, and so their like primary concern is not to catch up because then they have to do filler.
Yeah, I mean,
And so their strategy is to adapt as little content per episode as possible.
there's episodes they adapted like half a chapter, you know.
Oh.
And
But
there's also the fact that Oda's taken like a break a month now because
well,
he almost killed himself.
yeah, that too. But I mean, it's not quite as bad as like something like Bleach or Naruto was because, one chapter of One Piece still has a lot of shit going on usually.
Wait, when you say Oda almost killed himself, did you mean like suicide, or you mean he overworked
No,
himself?
like he
He
works
over
like ridiculous hours
Oh,
and
okay,
also
so
smokes, and then eventually he put himself in the hospital, and then after that he started taking a break a month, basically.
is this when he started writing in the hospital?
Yeah,
What a guy.
yeah, no, he's a dude, and they basically mandated a break a month and he's got to sleep more than 4 hours a day now, so
I mean, that's good.
yeah.
But now it's like a ridiculous situation where we don't get a chapter for Golden Week, then the next week we get a chapter, and then we don't get a chapter the week after because it's break time. And it's like, fuck!
What's that? This is slowly gonna become Berserk? No.
No, it's never going to be that bad. It's not going to be Hunter x Hunter either.
Yeah.
It's
No.
like,
Yeah. No, I
Like
get it.
Togashi's like writing in the magazine, it's like, oh god, my everything, it hurts so bad. It's like, dude, you're just playing fucking Dragon Quest. Get
no,
over yourself.
Yeah, I didn't get that the first time when they're like, "What's your favorite game?" He said Dragon Quest. I'm like, so we know how much he works, how little he sleeps. Where the hell did he find the time to play the Dragon Quest series?
yeah. No, with Togashi, he does actually have back problems. At this point, his wife is helping him draw the series.
Oh.
Wait, is he Togashi? Is that Oh
That's
wait, that's Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah, and Hunter,
Oh yeah, Hunter x Hunter also. Yeah.
his wife, who is the Sailor Moon lady, is helping him draw certain parts of the chapters. Actually, she might actually be drawing most of the chapters at this point.
Wait, his wife made
Sailor Moon.
This is another reason why he never makes chapters, because he doesn't need the money.
Yes. So he basically can work whenever the hell he
He
feels
just
like.
mooches off of his Sailor Moon wife.
Well, he's also got enough money to last, he doesn't need to work anyway because Yu Yu Hakusho was a big hit too.
But if you're not gonna do that and work on any consistent level, just cancel the series. Don't fucking lead us on.
It's too good though. I need more.
I don't know. I mean, is high is High School of the Dead technically canceled? No response. Is Black Lagoon technically canceled?
No,
Black
Black
Lagoon
Lagoon.
is another Hunter x Hunter situation where the guy just doesn't seem to want to write anymore.
Well, he's drawing porn, so
Too busy drawing porn.
Yes, about Black Lagoon. Funnily enough.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Apparently, he draws Black Lagoon porn instead of drawing Black Lagoon.
Are you screwing with me, or?
No, that's the rumor.
I didn't need to know this.
Neither did I. Apparently, he's going to be in Jersey for an anime con.
Where he will sell that?
No, I think he's going to talk about Black Lagoon because he's in the middle of a friggin' arc. I'm thinking of taking a trip down there and asking him, hey, when's more chapters?
He'll just look at you, look at his watch, start walking away slowly.
No, I'm gonna go draw porn now.
He's like, well, I don't have any more chapters, but here's porn.
Yeah,
I don't have any more chapters, but here I got something to make it up for you.
Yes, here's Rocky Review doing it.
Anyway, I guess that's it. We didn't have a lot to say.
No, it wasn't a very busy week this week.
And of course, Seda, he's the one who will go on multiple paragraph spiels for everything, so.
I would, but I mean, I feel bad doing that.
Oh man, you gotta believe in yourself.
Believe it. That's all I know about Naruto. Dumb.
We could
bio?
3 hours about how much Naruto sucks, but what's that gonna get anyone?
No. Anyways, but before we wrap, is that the end of it? Is that the end of the block?
Basically, unless you want to talk about Parasite reruns, and the answer to that is no.
No,
Parasite.
Parasite's boring for me. I didn't love it, I didn't hate it. But
So I want to say.
I feel like this is where this is a really good lead-in to a topic we all hold dear. So, Sword Art Online.
Oh Oh god.
And that's the episode.
That's a good week, boys.
Next week.
Next week, we'll not talk about Sword Art Online.
Again.
Ever. Until they inevitably make a third season and we inevitably air it, and it's like, fuck, not this shit again.
No,
If you guys
they're turning it
honestly thought Sword Art Online was bad, Alicization, the next arc, is worse.
Well,
It is so much worse.
after this one,
Hurt yourself watching it.
after this one, doesn't it all lead into one giant arc that goes on like 8 books or something?
Yeah, like half the LN series right now is Alicization and onwards.
What's
And-
that even about?
Oh well, Kirito. Well, all right, never mind.
No, just say it.
Doesn't Kirito die at some point?
Sort of. It's like
Yes!
his like brain slips into like a coma type shit.
Hallelujah!
What happens? Like I don't want to spoil it too bad, but one of the brothers involved in the Death Guilder of the hell it was called again
Oh,
ends up
fuck,
stabbing
not that
him with
again.
poison on the street or something.
Fuck.
He's like on the way to Asuna's house and he gets like stabbed and poisoned.
Holy shit, that's dumb.
And
She
they
was like,
try to
"Hey,
put him in like one of
Mom's
those
not home.
woods
Netflix
that,
and
like,
chill," and he gets stabbed.
It's so fucking stupid. Like
That sounds.
I can't
as-
decide if I want that or don't.
Dude, that sounds as contrived as.
you want it to watch as a group, you don't want it to watch by yourself.
Oh, but
That's
this
about
sounds. Okay, I actually want more SAO because then I can watch more Digibro videos.
I love SEO.
Yes. Oh, those videos are a gem.
Apparently, the next arc isn't being adapted into a series; it's being adapted into a movie. So we might not get it.
So we'll never
Sword
get
Art
it.
Online?
Yeah.
No,
Why?
the movie coming out is new content written by the original author.
Oh, God damn it!
It has nothing to do with
Fuck.
the LN series.
So is
Fuck,
it like,
we're gonna get a season 3 inevitably. It's gonna be
And a
bad.
movie. We're getting more SAO than we originally would.
Well, we don't. Toonami doesn't air movies anymore. So.
I thought season 3 was pretty much confirmed. No?
I know they were doing the movie. I don't know about season 3.
There are other shows that don't need another season. Not SAO. Attack on Titan. If season 2 is just going to be painful if they keep it like the manga. Like there's,
Because that gets really fucking stupid. Like there's
So-
still basement.
it's gonna get politics. Remember the 15? There's like 20 chapters of politics. If we go through that,
Yeah, I remember.
oh my gosh, that's gonna be the worst thing ever.
That one page where the captain guy just like sits down and is just like, I just
Whatever.
want to get to that fucking basement. And it's
Never-
literally an actual page in the manga, and it's like, dude, like,
Preach.
You and me both.
Preach to the choir.
anyway. But Attack on Train for some reason is bizarre. Great.
Attack on Train is fantastic.
What
That's
on
I mean, it literally is premium Attack on Titan. It's the same thing, but actually good.
what is this thing?
Wow.
Cabaneri of the Iron Fortress.
That's what my avatar is from, if you've seen it in the thread.
It's just change the plot details of Attack on Titan slightly and make it like on a train, and then you have basically the show. Except it kind of has the animation quality and just kind of quality in general to not suck.
That sounds like it might be good.
It is
Yeah.
kind of good.
Now premiering on Amazon Prime.
No.
Yeah,
Oh, it's that.
It's also
show.
notable for only being on Amazon Prime.
No. Are people going to complain that it's an Attack on Titan ripoff as if Attack on Titan's the most original show ever?
Well, I mean, Attack on Titan is just a zombie show, only instead of zombies, they got giants.
Yeah.
Attack on Titan was different enough from everything else. And this is just, it's not even hiding the fact that it's almost Attack on Titan.
Was Junior High good? I read part of the manga. Was the show good? Did no one here watch Attack on Titan Junior High?
I never
No.
watched that. No. It was like one of those shows that was premiering during one of the seasons, and I just didn't care for it.
Yeah, I read a few of the manga. They had some funny jokes, but there was nothing that made me say, okay, I need to continue watching this or reading it.
Well, we've gone on our end of show tangent, so I think it's time to wrap it up. Anyway, thanks for being here, Soul Flares and Tusser.
I thought I'm permanent.
Yeah, I promised to watch this week.
I'm not permanent.
Post.
I don't know if you're permanent or not.
I hit
We'll
my
have to
line.
figure it out. You're definitely not permanent past Seda coming back.
Damn it!
miss it already.
I miss him all. I miss
We
him
should
so
get
much.
Man God in here.
What if
Best
B-Dubs
poster in ToonamiGAF, according to Hell Warden.
You
What
can
if
fill in for me when I can't be here.
No, what if B-Dubs starts missing it forever after after he disappears mysteriously when I visit him?
Is that a hint?
No, I would never threaten him.
Anyway,
I
that's the
I might be busy that week.
That's the podcast. Stop talking about your personal plans together on the public podcast.
Bye.
Bye. We'll see you next
Bye.
week for episode 7.
Thanks for having me.